Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another video and the last video of 2024 and technically the first 2025 LEGO review set. We're going to go ahead and review some mail that I got sent to me from a friend of mine over in Idaho and talk about those sets and build them. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the unboxing here. So let's go ahead and start with opening the box carefully so I don't get anything on the inside. And the gentleman who sent me this did a really good job at packaging it and making sure it's safe. They know I'm a collector. And UPS still managed to damage the box. It is what it is. But I am very surprised to see how small the box is for this. So I have both of the 2025 Star Wars sets that I care about here. As you guys can see, I have them both right here. They both look great. I got Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter. I have Obi-Wan's here to compare colors and the contrast in this video. And then we're also going to compare the ARC 170 to the original ARC 170 that came out in 2005 with the Revenge of the Sith. So let's go ahead and build these sets and get to the review. Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another review. Today we're looking at the last review of 2024 and saying hello to 2025. We have set 75401 and set 75402, starting us off with Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter with a brand new Clone Wars Anakin and Ahsoka and her R7 droid. And then we have 75402 with Oddball and some other clone pilots that we're going to be getting to and their droid as well. In this video, we're going to be reviewing both the sets and just our general initial impressions of what this year is going to look like for LEGO Star Wars. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, guys. So starting us off with these brand new sets, and before we jump into the figures, as always, I think, just initial impressions, I think that the scale is so much better. And what do I mean by scale? Let me go ahead and slide these over for you guys just to give you guys a better perspective. You guys have not seen my Lego 3D printed stand video that should be out now or should be coming out the next day or two. Definitely check it out if you guys want to get stands like these. I definitely recommend it. It is super easy to print these stands if you have a 3D printer. But as you guys can see with the Jedi Starfighters who we have here in the middle, Ahsoka's is actually a little bit larger, and it's because this cockpit piece is not one big piece anymore. If you guys didn't know, starting this year, 2025, they have redesigned the Jedi Starfighters to have a half cockpit piece, and they're going to be doing a brick-built, rounded back end, similar to the 2005, 2003, 2002 Obi-Wan Starfighter, which is the original one. And I have a Plo Koon Starfighter here for just being facetious, comparing Starfighters. You can see that this one is it has taken inspiration from all of the previous ones and just generally looks really, really good. I definitely don't have any complaints, and the cool part about this stand is that actually, you can actually make it look like they're flying for context. I do think and with these stands, it makes it look like they're flying, which I just think is fantastic. You can make it look like, you know, Ahsoka's flying with the clone troopers, and they're, you know, going to attack some separatists. I think comparison between both sets is fantastic. I think the Jedi Starfighter is very comparable to the ARC 170 as far as scalability. They're both very similar. I would love to know if LEGO has a name for the size that they are building these in. It's not minifig scale by any means, but it definitely is closer than we've been for some time. Both these sets do have stuff you guys are accustomed to, so pulling this off the stand here, you guys can see that we have flick fire missiles on both the Starfighter and the ARC 170, as expected for any modern LEGO set nowadays. And just without pulling out my other Arc 170, because I'm gonna do another review for that just all by itself, because that's gonna be a whole thing. Um, this Arc 170 is a lot smaller, and I will say they have definitely slimmed. Whereas the wingspan is very similar to previous ones, maybe a little bit smaller. This Arc 170, turning it around so you guys can get a better view of it. This Arc 170 actually has it's very interesting, but this Arc 170 has a smaller fuselage, which, if you guys didn't know, is the main body of the ship. And they did that by putting stickers all over this thing, whereas normally we'd have them in parts that are custom printed. And one of the ones they got rid of was the older sets had these folding, like glass panes that would go on the side of the ship. They've gotten rid of those, made that area like the canopy a lot smaller, very similar to the one that came out in like 2009, but definitely not a return to form from the one from the Revenge of the Sith era. Um, I do think it's nice that, we get the redesigned rear turret. The engines look fantastic as normal. And one of the really cool things with this is that there's actually a little Technic piece here that you slide and it makes the wings open and close, which I think that's great. Um, I'm always looking for enhanced playability, and I love it when sets like this have a play feature in it that you don't fully know going into it how it's going to work. And I think they did a really good job introducing that X-wing style closing and opening of the wings with having it being very, very hidden. Um, it's very seamless. It's very cool. And another thing you can do with this set for the first time that we've had in some time, and I feel like Lego might be leaning into this just a little bit, is you can actually bring back Plo Koon. You guys can now actually relive Order 66 if you have 2 or 3 of these Arc 170s in scale, which I think that's pretty cool. I don't think we've ever had. I mean, no, I know people have made mocks to make it look good, but like just at a first glance, like just shifting these around for you guys, this looks really good. Um, if I had some fire coming off the back of Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter, ah, we might be looking at like the first unofficial Order 66 scene that we've had in some time. Or at least the closest thing that I can think of. Potentially, we might have a closer set if the ATAP comes out later this fall with Kiadi Mundi and the Galactic Marines, if that's true. And then even like there was a rumor of a turbo tank, and there's also like a micro turbo tank. Um, might come with Ayla Sakura if that's true. So this could be the unofficial year for Order 66. I'm not sure. Um, I know Lego could not actually make sets in that, but obviously they would leave it up to the fans to mash stuff together and make stuff from that era. So very neat. Just a little nod as far as like scale goes with this set. It's scaled very well. I definitely have no complaints in that. I was worried when it was going to get the gunship treatment, would it detract from it too much? And no, I think it looks great. The only big downside for both of these sets, I'm going to mention it, is the price. The Arc 170 is $70 or $80, depending on what country you live in, and taxes. And Ahsoka Tano's, I think, is 40 or 45. And that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of money. But also, these sets have a ton of stickers. This is the sticker sheet for Ahsoka, and this is the one for the Arc 170. And the Arc 170 has about like 15, 13, 12 stickers. Um, and I think that back in the day, a lot of the parts for the Arc 170 either just didn't have stickers. Like I can look at the original right now that I have on the floor, and I am thinking there's like 8 on this one because I know that back in the day they didn't put stickers on the bottom wings. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong though. Overall, the time to build for both of the Arc 170 and Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter was about 2 hours. Um, maybe it's 6 now. So at the time of recording this, And I started building them maybe at 3. Let me see. No, building them at 3:30. So a little over 3 hours. So about an hour 30 for each, maybe like an hour for Ahsoka Tano and maybe a little longer for the R170. The build is very clean and good. Much like the Coruscant Guard gunship from last year, I think Lego has streamlined the build process and it just feels really good. And granted, I did take some liberties with building the set so I could get things done faster. Like I built both wings for Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter at the same time, and then the same thing for the wings for the Arc 170. I built all the wings at the same time, and then the main sections probably took me the longest just because they're both different. It's not mirrored or anything like that anyway. But the builds, honestly, for the price, is absolutely worth it. I would buy these sets if they only came with one figure and Plex. And I don't want to give Lego really bad ideas, but if Lego were to release these sets with one figure each and then a small Revenge of the Sith plaque, I would have been all over these. These are perfect models, in my opinion, for what fans want for display sets. I genuinely can't think of like anything that would make this set better. Like ultimately, like getting 3 pilots and no Jedi is great. The only thing that I would have liked better, well, we're gonna get to the figures in a minute, but as far as the sets go, like they're gonna reuse this Jedi Starfighter build for the next 2 or 3 years, maybe 5 years, and maybe change out some colors, and we might get Anakin and Obi-Wans, and maybe Mace Windu's or Yoda's. What we just got Yoda's, but we might get updated versions of the older ones, and they'll just be different color swaps. And I think it's gonna be great if they remain the same price. Terrific, awesome idea. And then like if we get like one-off different figures for like the Jedi Starfighter, or we could get a bundle with the Revenge of the Sith, like Obi-Wan and Jedi Starfighter bundle. That would be so cool. And then if they released like a Tri Droid at the same time or a Vulture Droid, they would make so much money. Especially if the Arc 170 is still available, you could recreate the epic scene from the beginning of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the Battle on Coruscant. So, Lego, if you're listening, it'd be really cool if you did that. Let's go ahead and get into the figures. We're going to be going over the figures for this set. We have Oddball here for the Arc 170 with a black helmet, just looking pretty cool. All these figures do have the same, like, generic one-sided face of a clone trooper. The next figure we have here is going to be Jag with his blue helmet. Same face. Same torso and legs, just they all are really good. The only difference is the helmets with all 3 of these figures. The last figure we have here for the Arc 170 is the Arc 170 generic pilot. Really cool designed helmet. I love the orange and red. And the last figure we have for the Arc 170 is the R4P44 green and white astromech droid. Just generic astromech droid. No dual printing on both sides, but just looking pretty cool all in all. Next, starting us off is Ahsoka Tano with her red Clone Wars attire and these short legs. The next one we have here is Anakin Skywalker. Notice he does not have his Clone Wars attire on. He just has his Revenge of the Sith brown outfit on. Maybe someday we'll get the blue and red outfit, but obviously, you know, you can always change it out if you want or get a custom figure. The last figure to round out this set is R7A7, a burgundy and green astromech droid. To match her starfighter, just sits right in the side of the ship like we have seen before. But it's always nice to see Lego change up the astromechs just to make them a little different, or I'd give them a little bit of character. Alright guys, so getting into my final thoughts about this set before the storm comes back, we have first the builds. I think they're terrific. For the price of $40 or $50 and $70 for respectively for the Arc 170 Jedi Starfighter, I think they're terrific. The Arc 170, I would say, is accurately priced. Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter is definitely pushing that bill just a little bit further down the road because Jedi Bob's is $5 cheaper at I think $35. It's either 35 and 40 or 40 and 45. I'll put the correct number on screen just because I did not buy these. I had these sent to me. But overall, I do think that that these builds are terrific. They are the best builds that Lego could have given us without them being mocks and having all the bells and whistles like all sloped pieces. And as far as playsets go, these are terrific playsets. They're awesome. The figures for Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, they leave nothing behind. You get exactly what you're paying for. Whereas the Arc 170 has room for army builders in mind and regular kids and people who like playsets, where you can buy as many as you want and you can change the helmets, buy custom helmets, and make them all different in every way. It's a terrific set, all in all. I'm probably gonna buy 2 more of these, and I might even open both of them and have a little mock battle, in my room. I think there's so much potential going forward for the rest of 2025 and 2026 potentially with new prequel sets, just depending on what Lego wants to produce. Both these sets are worth having. They're worth you buying tomorrow. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you guys getting these sets tomorrow? Did you guys get all the sets you wanted in 2024? As always, I've been Bearded Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys can see all my videos and all my content when I get sets early like this. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the rest of 2025. And I hope you guys enjoyed my content through 2024. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.